80s, 70s music, early 2000s. Like that's the era that I love listening to and learning about, like, you know, the legends and all of those stuff. And I get a lot of inspiration from older artists.
Oh, well, that's not a bad thing to do.
Yeah, I like the obvious Latin influence in Como Te Llamas, and the way that you blend that in with a more up-to-date, hip hop ish influence. It really brings this particular song together, and it makes it, to me, it makes it so listenable. I mean, and I see that you are appealing, at least in my sometimes humble opinion. It seems that you're appealing to two distinct ethnic groups there and bringing them together, and not many people can pull that off, but I think you have with this.
Thank you so much. And you know what's funny? I can sing in Spanish, but I don't speak Spanish, but I'm learning. So that's like basically going to be my fourth language.
Wow, that's what is the native language that you spoke in Brazil?
Portuguese.
Yeah.
Portuguese. Okay.
Yes, it's the only country in South America that doesn't speak Spanish. But yeah. That's
right. I did know, and I forgot that. I had a boss in radio who was Portuguese, and he explained that to me. I was kind of surprised myself when I found out that that Brazil spoke Portuguese as the national tongue. I was a little bit of a surprise there, but you've mastered the language very well, and I never would have guessed you couldn't speak Spanish, or Portuguese for that matter.
Yeah, a lot of people think I'm Hispanic. I get that a lot.
Well, there's nothing wrong with that, and again, as John indicated, you bridge the gaps very well, both ethnically and musically, and that is something that not everyone can pull off. And at your age, I mean, we're not going to go into ages here, but I know you're not an old timer, and at a young age, to have that mastery is really a big compliment to you and your talents. Now, did you write Como Te Llamas?
I have a producer that's from Atlanta. His name is Correnti Mayweather. He goes by Water. He's the one who wrote the song and gave it to me. So I thought it was very relatable to one of my stories back then, and I thought it would be good to do it.
Well, of course. I mean, who wouldn't expect a producer from Atlanta to come up with a great Latin sound? I mean, everybody expects that, don't they? That's great.
Very
talented. Seriously, you've got a good future here. Do you do any of your own writing at all? I was going to follow up on this, and we got sidetracked.
Yes, we haven't used nothing that I've done so far, but I do write songs. I have my own written songs. Like the song I just did, the music video for Toquito, it was actually my mom who wrote it, and like years ago. So I also got inspired by what she does in writing and talent. So yeah.
So your mother has a music background too?
Yes, she does. She my whole life growing up, I've been always helping her in different events because she sings and she's a performer. So she also does. Yeah, she used to be a teacher for samba and this Brazilian dance called axé. So she's done all of that. And my dad being a capoeira master. So yeah, that's like a martial arts thing.
Yeah, so you do have music background in the family. I think that's fascinating that you got your start helping your mother, and now you've developed it into your own career. That is really fascinating. Yeah. What's on the slate for you here in the near future? What have you got coming up?
In the future, what do you mean?
Well, next few months, next year.
Oh, right, yeah. I'll be having more songs coming up, and of course, a lot more music videos and an EP in 2020. So, yeah.
We'll be looking forward to that, and this is a good point for me to mention that once you're on our show, we have this thing. Once you're on the show, you are part of our family, and we are always here for you. We'll help you any way we can. You're releasing new music. You're going on tour, whatever it is. Let us know. Get us the music, and we will do everything we can. I have a page on Facebook that's a promotion page. Just go on Facebook and search out the David Bowers Awards, and you can post your new music, releases, news, information, anything you've got to do with your music and career that you want to share. That's what that page is there for. You get it on there, and we'll see that it gets around to the other social media posts as well. Want to take a moment to thank you for coming by and visiting us with us today. Oh, we are so happy to hear you. And as I said, I really think we're going to be hearing a lot more from you. So keep us in mind, if you would, please. Stay in touch, because we definitely like to have you come back a little later and, tell us a little bit about how you're progressing, where you're going, what you're doing, and, keep us posted what's going on in your life.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're very welcome, and thank you. Have a wonderful time. We'll look forward to hearing from you in the future. I'm going to use that term now that Canada Air won't let you use. I'm going to say, ladies and gentlemen, this was Gabby B, and here she is doing Till the Sun Comes Up.
Rude boy life. Some girl got them on this dirty wine. All the time. Gabby B.
Oh, baby, when we're on the floor, you got my body screaming out for more. The DJ's spinning just for us. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Oh, baby, when I feel your touch, I move my body like we're making love. Blood screaming, check down for what? Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Till the sun turns up. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Everybody on my way, look out. Use my body moving non-stop. Don't you know a little way? No doubt. With a party, I'm about to show out. Cause my hips no cap, got the game on lock. Lips so gloss, yeah, they stay on pop. Gotta be in control, so I stay on top. Tell the DJ, keep it coming, don't stop. Yeah, yeah. I make the boys all fall in love. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Baby, baby, show me you're the one, yeah. Oh, baby, when we're on the floor, you got my body screaming out for more. DJ spinning just for us. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Oh, baby, when I feel your touch, I move my body like we're making love. The club screaming, jump down for what? Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Oh, till the sun turns up. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. All night and all day, I won't have it any other way. Put my game down tight, I don't play. Let my body drive your cares away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. In the club, don't rock, rockin' to the beat and we don't dance stop. Take it to the floor when the bassline drops. Take it to the room when it gets too hot. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I make the boys all fall in love. In love. Dun, 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 dun. I need somebody who can really keep up. Baby, baby, show me you're the one. Yeah, yeah. The floor. Got my body screaming out for more. DJ spinning just for us. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Oh, baby, when I feel your touch, I move my body like we're making love. Blood screaming, check down for what? Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up. Till the sun turns up. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up.
Dirty wine, me say that dirty wine. Dirty wine, me say girl, dirty wine. Sexy wine, me say girl, sexy wine. Dirty wine, dirty wine. Dirty wine, me say girl, dirty wine. Dirty wine, me say dirty wine. Sexy wine, me say girl, sexy wine. Sexy wine, sexy wine. She make the boy them fall in love. The way the booty go down, down, down. She want the rude, but she really keep up. Dirty wine, oh, she make the boy them fall in love. The way the booty go down, down, down. She want the rude boy to really keep up. Dirty wine, oh.
Oh, baby, when we're on the floor, you got my body screaming out for more. The DJ spinning just for us. Tonight we're gonna do it till the sun turns up.
going to do it till the sun comes up. That's Gabby B right here on the David Bowers Awards. So glad to have her stop by and chat with us today and share her music and story. Fascinating. I think she's got a serious future. And I think you're going to be hearing a lot more from her. We want to thank our guests today. We also want to thank you, our listeners, for coming by, giving us an hour of your time. Artists, remember, you can drop us a line if you're an artist or if you know of an artist that you think should be on the show or at least have their music played. Drop us a line, David at TheDavidBowersAwards. I always get carried away with my own email address. It's David at TheDavidBowers.com. Simple as that. And we'd love to hear from you. If you've got an artist in mind you think should be on the show, drop us a line, maybe give us a link to their music, and tell us why you think they should be on the show. We find a lot of our artists that way, so don't hesitate. Drop us a line. We'd love to hear from you. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, all those social media places, and keep in touch with us. Let us know what's on your mind and who you'd like to hear on the David Bowers Awards. Thanks to our friends at Rochester Free Radio for carrying us, and also to Mary Perry, a disability representative up there in Rochester who underwrites us on WRFZ. Thank you so much, Mary Perry. John Bon Jovial, take us home.
I certainly will. And to quote one of my heroes in life, Curly Howard, as far as taking us home, certainly. The David Bowers Awards is broadcast around the world from the studios of Computer Help USA in Naples, Florida, and of course from the Valley of the Sun in Tempe, Arizona, and is available for absolutely free on Blog Talk Radio. You can also find us on the Anchor FM app for the iPhone and Android, and also Apple Podcasts, YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Amazon Alexa devices, as well as SoundCloud and Mixcloud and Facebook and Twitter and all those other silly places. Be sure to follow us for our next David Bowers Awards broadcast, which is going to be Saturday at 12 p.m. Eastern on WRFZ-FM 106.3 on your FM radio dial in Rochester, New York. That's Rochester Free Radio, and on Blog Talk Radio Sunday 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, and 6 p.m. UTC for more great indie music and talk with the folks that make it happen. So until next week, for the David Bowers Awards and Nick, our marvelously geeky engineer, I am yours truly, the lovably legendary John Bon Jovial, saying we'll see you next week right here on the David Bowers Awards.